For this video, I am calling Walgreens today to talk to customer service because early on in the day I had an incident, which I'll explain after this video. But I'm calling now.
Calling Walgreens, located at the northwest corner of North Meridian Road and Mahoning Avenue in Austintown, with convenient pharmacy drive-thru service. Para servicio en español, oprima el número 9. Just to let you know, if you're considering Medicare Part D, we do accept most plans, with some saving you even more with copays as low as $0.
I
Ask
don't
your
care,
pharmacist
fuck
how
you.
you can save today.
You guys are dicks.
To refill your prescription or check if it is ready for pickup, press 8. For the pharmacy department, press 1. For all other departments, press 2. To hear, our store is open until
I
10
don't
p.m.
give a
tonight.
fuck.
For photo, press 1. For cosmetics, press 2. To hear store hours and location, press 7. For customer service, press 0. To read
And they're gay ass.
My name is Josh. How may I help you?
Hi, what's up, man? I was walking through the parking lot of BP earlier, and two Austintown police officers stopped me, saying that somebody matching my description was standing outside your store asking people for money, and I was not even on your guys' property today. And they said that I am banned from the property, and if I go back on the property, I am gonna be arrested. But I come to your guys' pharmacy and store quite often, and like I said, that wasn't me.
Do you want me to connect you to the manager?
Yeah, if you could please.
Yeah.
Waiting forever.
Thanks for holding. This is Kayla. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was walking through a BP parking lot earlier when two Austintown police officers stopped me and said that a manager at your guys' location said that I was standing outside your store. Somebody that matched the description of what I was wearing at the time was standing outside of your store asking people for money. But that was not me. That was standing outside of your store asking for money, and I quite frequently come to your store. And I was wondering if I could just resolve this issue because afterwards I was at the bus stop by Family Dollar, and a guy that was with me said that he was waiting there for an hour, and he seen somebody about an hour prior walking around, and they asked him for money, and it was a black male in his early 20s wearing a black hoodie and a red hat. But the cops said that people at your store and the manager, which I don't know if you were on the clock at the time, said that a white male in my description was standing outside your store asking people for money, and that was not me. And I just want to resolve the issue because I come to your guys' store quite often, and I do not feel like getting arrested for coming on your guys' property, being that I did nothing wrong.
Okay, they probably just mixed up the person. So as long as you'll come here about the problem, we won't be kicking you out. So don't worry.
Alright, so if I enter your guys' property, I won't be arrested. The cops won't be called because, like I said, that wasn't me, and I just feel like
we don't keep a tally of people that get banned. There's so many people that are banned on the property. We wouldn't even know it was you if you walked in.
Yeah, I just
as long as you don't come in here and cause any problem, we wouldn't have any reason to call cops.
Yeah, no, because I was just walking from the pawn shop. I cut through BP parking lot, and two cruisers stopped me, and the cop's like, "Hey, come here," and I'm like, "Oh, what's up, officer?" And he's like, "Let me see your ID," and I'm like, "Why? Is it the knife? Because I carry a knife on my side." And he's like, "No," he's like, "A manager at Walgreens and people at Walgreens said that you were somebody that matches your prescription was standing outside asking people for money." And I'm like, "Well, you should check the cameras because I didn't even enter their property." And he's like, "No," he's like, "Let me see your ID and we'll just go ask them." But I found it kind of shitty that nobody came outside to properly ID me.
Well, the manager that had them call the cops was actually leaving before this all happened. So it was probably just a misunderstanding.
Okay, but it is resolved, and I won't be arrested if I enter your guys' property anytime after this call?
No, as long as you don't come in here and cause a problem, we wouldn't call the police, because they probably won't even remember you tomorrow.
Okay, that works because, like I said, that I didn't even step foot on your guys' property today. I cut through BP to go to the pawn shop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so story is well, as you guys heard, I was walking to the pawn shop to cash a check, and turns out they couldn't cash it because it was out of state. And I'm walking back, and I cut through BP parking lot, and what happened was two cops came up, asked me for my ID, said somebody matching my description was standing outside of Walgreens, harassing people and asking them for change and money and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it wasn't me. And if the dumb fucks would check their cameras, or even fucking one of the lazy fucking managers would have came outside to properly ID me, they would have knew right then and there it wasn't fucking me. But no, I had to stay put while one cop watched me, and hey, he was okay, cop. He just suggested that I keep my arms away from my sidearm, which I understood that. Like, ain't no reason why my arms or my hands should even be around that area. Why there's a cop in front of me, which whatever. But yeah, the other cop took my ID, gets in his car, drives his fat ass over to Walgreens, and goes into Walgreens. Nobody comes out to look at me, and nothing. I'm standing there and I'm observing the whole time. Nobody came out to properly ID me. He comes over, about 5 minutes past, I'm standing there bullshitting with the one cop. And yeah, other cop comes back, hands me my ID and says, yeah, you're really not in trouble, man. Just you're not allowed on this property for life. You're banned. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you match the description. They said it was you. And I was just like, well, that wasn't me. Like, check the cameras. I haven't even entered their fucking property today. And he's like, he just sat there and fuck, man, it's bullshit. But he's like, doesn't matter. He's like, you match the description. And I'm like, okay, well, check the cameras. I did not enter their property. Doesn't matter. They said they do not want you on the property ever. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, is there any way I get this resolved? I mean, can I go over there and talk to him? Because like, if they see me, they'll know it wasn't me. That like I wasn't fucking here. And he's like, nope, you set foot on that property, you will be arrested. I'm like, for what? And he didn't give me a direct answer. So I flicked my cigarette because I was done with it. And he's like, do you want a littering ticket? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, no. I like really don't want a littering ticket. And he's like, oh. He's like, all right, well, and I'm like, I'll pick it up. I put it in my pocket, after I make sure it's out so I don't burn a hole through my fucking pants. And yeah. So I asked him, I'm like, do any of you guys smoke? And they both were like, nope. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Because, if you don't smoke, then, if they were one of the cops that smoke, I've seen, like, you flick your fucking cigarette. It's outside. God damn, but, they were being dicks, dude. Like, I fucking hate Austin Town cops. Like, it's bullshit. But I should have recorded the whole thing, but I didn't because, well, I didn't really care to. It probably would have cost me more problems than I needed. But yeah, so I just got done calling Walgreens, as you guys heard, and I'll keep this video on my phone. So if I do get arrested, I could play this, and hopefully everything is like okay. But that's some bullshit. Like, I got profiled and fucking banned from my property just because I matched the description of somebody else when that sure as fuck wasn't me. Like I said, if the lazy fucks would have came out to sit here and look at me just for a quick second, they would know it wasn't me. Second, if they would check their fucking cameras, they would know it wasn't me. But see, they did none of that, and that's why I think fucking Austin Town cops suck, and why Walgreens on Hunting Avenue, right by Meridian Road, suck. So yeah, fuck Austin Town, please. Fuck Walgreens. Like, they suck. Major dick. But that's how my fucking day went. And that's why I'm making this video, because they fucking suck. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed this retarded fucking video. Peace.